I don't think you're going to get that around here. I don't know. You might have to go to the other side even.
This week on isletunes, it's a little bit of yesterday and today, with new tracks from Luisa Güiza and Don Ross, plus old tunes that are about to be new via a comprehensive chat with island troubadour JimSidMac. He's ready, PEI. Let's get her done! How's she going, Prince Edward Island? I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to the April 24th, 2026 episode of the Music PEI Award-nominated isletunes. On this show, it's always been the mandate to bring you the freshest from island songmakers, and also to dig as far back as possible to dust off vintage goodness that you might need a refresher course on. This episode puts a spotlight on both ends of that spectrum. You're going to hear the brandest of brand new, along with a surprising find from the decade that gave us disco, though this is a much different kind of getting down. Top that off with a two-part in-depth interview with JimSidMac, who's into his 7th decade of doing his thing, and he's marking that by doing something he's never done before, putting out a record. JimSidMac, Adam Michael James. See, we both have 3 first names, but more on him a little later. Let's kick things off with a true example of yesterday meeting today. Don Ross took a brief detour through the seminary before committing to the altar of fingerstyle guitar, which is a method of playing that involves plucking the strings directly with fingertips, fingernails, or picks attached to the fingers, as opposed to straight up using a pick. Mi'kmaq on his mother's side and a member of Millbrook First Nation, Don got his start in 1986 by distributing his first recordings on homemade cassettes. 4 decades and 22 albums later, Don is back with his newest release out April 10th, and it features something that usually doesn't make its way onto a Don Ross album: his vocals. Flowing from Water, his record from 2023, this is a selection from the new disc Songs That Found Me. Don Ross on isletunes with the cut Refuge of the Roads.
Met a friend of spirit. He drank and womanized, and I sat before his sanity. I was holding back from crying. He saw my complications, and he mirrored me back simplified, and we laughed how our perfection would always be denied. Heart of humor and humility, he said, we'll lighten up your heavy load. I left him then for the refuge of the roads. I fell in with some drifters, cast upon a beach town, Winn-Dixie cold cuts and highway hand-me-downs, and I wound up fixing dinner for them and Boston Jim. I well up with affection, thinking back down the roads to them. The nets were overflowing in the Gulf of Mexico. They were overflowing in the refuge of the roads. There was spring along the ditches. There were good times in the cities. Oh, and radiant happiness. It was all so light and easy, till I started analyzing and I brought on my old ways. Thunderhead of judgment was gathering in my gaze. And it made most people nervous. They just didn't want to know what I was seeing in the refuge of the roads. Into a forest, crickets clicking in the ferns. Like a wheel of fortune, I heard my fate turn, turn, turn. And I went running down a white sand road. I was running like a white-ass deer, running to lose the blues to the innocence in here. These are the clouds of Michelangelo, muscular with gods and sun gold. Shine on your witness in the refuge of the roads. In a highway service station over the month of June was a photograph of the earth taken coming back from the moon. And you couldn't see a city on that marbled bowling ball, or a forest or a highway, or me here least of all. Couldn't see these cold water restrooms, or this baggage overload, westbound and rolling, taking refuge in the roads.
Recorded in 1973, that was Delphine Arsenault with the ditty La Caperfait on isletunes. This is truly a nugget of the gold kind. Not only is it not commonplace for a fiddle tune to be played on the harmonium, an instrument which even then was finding itself out of vogue, the recording itself is part of the hard work of historian Georges Arsenault, who made it his mission to document the oral traditions of Acadian music, focusing on un village, but certainly not limiting himself to it. Over 24 of his finds were collected onto the 2000 CD Refrains et Mélodies de l'Île Prince Édouard. As for Delphine, she was born in 1912 and started on the fiddle at the age of 8. That puts us at 1920, and she blazed her trail, becoming one of the first women fiddlers on the island, since, like pretty much everything else, that was considered a man's thing. La Caperfait is the French translation of the Gaelic Caberfait, which means deer's antlers. Well, you never know what's going to inspire somebody. Coming up, Luisa Güiza and Melody G team up for a pair of new island releases, and JimSidMac talks about his long, well-traveled career. Don't mind if I get philosophical. Today instantly becomes yesterday the moment it's not today anymore. And if you really want to get technical, the now is only the now for an instant. Even the moment I started this sentence is already in the past. Mind blown. All this certainly gives us a lot of fodder for the latest installment of This Week in PEI History. April 24th, 1942. PEI's own Ella Montgomery, please call her Maud, not Lucy Maud, which she hated, passed away in Toronto at the age of 67. I don't have to tell you that she basically put the island on the map by publishing Anne of Green Gables in 1908, but I most likely do have to tell you that she created 7 other heroines who all have to live in Anne's shadow. Kilmeny of the Orchard, Sarah from The Story Girl, Emily of New Moon, Valency from The Blue Castle, Magic for Marigold, Pat of Silverbush, and Jane of Lantern Hill. I have to know that, since I co-wrote the multimedia musical The 9 Lives of Ella Montgomery. April 28, 1944, the Charlottetown Guardian featured on its front page a photo of a PEI man dedicated to fighting fascism in Europe, Warrant Officer G.F. McEwen of Morel, who was a night fighter pilot serving with the Royal Canadian Air Force Beaufighter Squadron overseas. The Beaufighter was a type of British fighter aircraft that was assigned to 4 such Canadian squadrons, and there were 6,000 constructed between 1940 and 1946. April 29th, 1909. Who will not want a Guardian of May 22nd? Or so ran a headline in this and other Charlottetown Guardian issues around this time, letting readers know that the Imperial Order of the Daughters of the Empire were set to take over the paper as editors, reporters, and contributors on, you guessed it, May 22nd. There were to be editorials and criticisms, plus poetry and humor, fashion, and household columns, quote, as only women can prepare it, unquote. It all still somehow reads as sexist to me, but then again, anything that gave women a spotlight in this male-dominated era could only be a good thing.
Ladies with an attitude.
Hey everybody, this is Kelly Mooney, and you're listening to isletunes.
This isletunes interview guest had a lot to share, so much so that we're going to split our gab up into 2 parts. In this first one, Charlottetown's son JimSidMac talks about the famous guitarist who gave him his first lesson, a celebrity sighting he had while recording in a Toronto studio, and how his homage to the island was born out of a contest. It's JimSidMac sitting down for the isletunes microphones. So in this episode of isletunes, we're going to do something a little different. Usually when I interview folks from the music community here, it is from the isletunes studios, otherwise known as my basement. But today we are here at the infamous Baba's Lounge upstairs with JimSidMac, and he is going to tell us a little bit or a lot about his very, very long career, and it's not over yet. There is some new stuff coming out from him, so this is very exciting. So
what could possibly go wrong?
That's going to be our mantra for the thing. But so you've been doing this for quite a while. You've done it under different names. Let's start with where you're from and how you got interested in music in the first place.
From Charlottetown. Mm-hmm. We had coffee houses back in the late 60s at the Kirk of St. James. It was called the Subway Coffee House. And people would get up on the stage to play. And I was management, so to speak, at 16. And then I see all these guys on the stage, and I said, well, I should be doing that. So I got a couple of lessons from George and Toniak, and off I went.
Nice, good old George. Yeah. And so once you did get started, where did that lead you?
Well, I played every bar in town. And in those days, there were
tons,
at least 20.
Right.
And we would go to Johnny Reed's on Saturday afternoon, three of us, me and Frank Trainer and a couple other singers, and we'd all enter the song contest. And usually one of us would be in the top three, maybe sometimes all three of us. So then we put the money together and off we go on the town. So that's how I started. And then I had a job in the ferries at Wood Islands, and I would get laid off Christmas.
Sure.
And be back in May. So I would take off and go to Florida for the winter. And I played all over Florida. I used to stay in Flagler Beach, just north of Daytona.
Oh, wow.
But I played in Key West, and I played in Sarasota, and a lot of places. And then I went back to Toronto, and that's different stories.
Oh, yeah? Anything stick out?
Well, there's a cool one at Eastern Sound. Scott, my engineer, worked at Eastern Sound. And he had this great idea with a cassette for Going Home Today.
Mm-hmm. Which we're going to play.
Yeah, and it's got the rain in the background. He had this idea to take his four-track cassette and weld it together or whatever he did. So it kept playing the rain all through the whole song.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay, cool.
And we're in studio too.
Right.
And I'm looking across the hall through the door, and there's Gordon Lightfoot.
Wow.
He was doing Sundown. But I had specific instructions, don't go near him.
Right. That only makes sense.
Well, he mixes his own stuff, and he's pretty fussy about it.
So you were working on your song there at the same time he was working on his. That's amazing. What were the odds?
Well, we played in quite a few places in Toronto. We did the front room at the Horseshoe, the warm-up, so to speak. And we had a couple of regular places we played. Two of us, me and Jamie together, man, just put my rhythm guitar and his fiddle and lead guitar, and boom. And he'd walk around the whole bar with it.
Oh, of course, because you could do that, yeah.
Yeah, and he was really good at it. So we rented a 24-track studio. We started out on an 8-track studio, went to 16, and then we had a 1-inch 24-track, and this was a 2-inch 24-track.
Wow.
And I rented the whole studio for $200 for the whole day.
Which is, even back then, is pretty amazing.
Well, in downtown Yonge Street.
Yeah.
And the boys just came and said nobody even mentioned the word money. And you do that down here in Charlottetown? How much do I get paid?
Yeah.
But we always played the music, and if something happens with it, then you're going to get your share. We always did it that way. And that's when the fun is, when you're just playing music for the sake of playing music.
That's true. The joy of creation, as it were.
Oh, Stout. That's one of the bands we had.
So you were in lots of different bands then.
Yeah, through the years.
Were you in more bands than doing solo work, or?
Yeah, half and half, pretty much.
So you played all over Canada and Florida, for many years, and so I know it was different to put out recordings then, because you couldn't just go on a computer and
you needed a record company.
You needed a record company and a studio and all that stuff. So that's why you hadn't put anything out during that period, because it was
I talked to two different record companies, and one wanted to charge me $5,000 for one song.
Yeah, forget that.
I'm not doing that. He was a well-known musician, but I Jamie could do a better job. And he's in my living room.
Right. And you already had such a working relationship with him.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's all fun. Yeah, well, I just play in my computer most of the time now, put it together, and I've got half a dozen ready to go. And if I get the right musicians together, then we'll figure out something.
Right.
Yeah, well, that Love and Illusion, that was created on the spot.
Which is another one of his songs, by the way.
Yeah, that was fun. I had no idea how that was going to go. All of a sudden, everybody got in this mood, and we're a rock and roll band now. Yeah, well, those were fun days. Love and Illusion was back from the 80s, but it just never got released for various reasons. I didn't sign the contract for one.
Oops.
I'm not going on the road 200 nights a year. No way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be a little intense. That would be a little intense.
And then I met my wife and moved back to PEI, and poof, different life down here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of glad I did make the move, but I had it made in Toronto. I was building superintendent of a high-rise luxury condo building. Lived in a luxury apartment and just had to look after the people.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And then you could do your music on your off hours. Or on hours.
Yeah. Well, that's a long time ago, too. We came home here in 91, I guess, or 92. And we had 2 kids, and that's the family story.
Yeah, like you said, a different life. Different life. One of the songs that you've done that we are going to play here is PEI to Me.
Yep.
And so tell me a little bit about that and how that came to be and when you recorded it.
I'm not sure the exact year. Oh, it was a year that, was it 125 years or something? Or
Oh, okay. 1992?
maybe. Was there a contest for songs that year?
Probably.
The way it came about, I used to teach guitar at Sober's Music
Really?
before Long and McQuaid. And Dave Jiggs McDonald was the owner. And he came up with this idea that he would like to find somebody who could write a song that people could sing along to. And I said, kaboom, let's do it. So anyway, we get together in Donnie Duran's living room one day with Blair Henry and Robert Arsenault. He's a mandolin player. He's the best on the island. And Sarah Sullivan.
Sounds like that PEI to Me kind of came about at the same time you moved back.
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close. But as soon as I played it for him, he said, that's what I want.
Drive across the 19th wonder of the world, see a portrait of a red and green horizon. Heard about some fancy windmills to the west, to the east, a friendly town where you can have some fun. Lucy Ma described a cradle in the ways the rabbit quit, native tongue is proud to say. Here we are on good old Isle of Prince Edward. We're just hoping for one bright and sunny day. You say this is your island, I say this is my island. It's there for everyone to see. You say Prince Edward Island, I say that's PEI to me. PEI to me. Nice to know you can walk on down the street. People say, how do you do? Where are you going? Every smiling face, each person that you meet could be that new friend you've been longing to be knowing. Wonder, is it only something in the air? Why do those people always smile while seldom wealthy? Pleasant atmosphere, it seems so easy there. Good food to eat, roof overhead, children healthy. You say this is your island, I say this is my island. there for everyone to see. You say Prince Edward Island, I say that's PEI to me. You say Prince Edward Island, I say that's PEI to me. So go now, tell your stories of the land and sea, about those people on this island where we live. All the stories, all the things that people do, don't you know if there's a need they will be given. As you talk about your home and native land, I hope you always will remember to be proud. Should you get the chance to sing this little song, I want you all to stand up tall and sing it loud. You say this is your island, I say this is my island. It's there for everyone to see. You say Prince Edward Island, I say that's PEI to me. You say this is your island, I say this is my island. It's there for everyone to see. You say Prince Edward Island, I say that's PEI to me. That's PEI to me. PEI to me. You drive across the 19th wonder of the world, you see a portrait of a red and green horizon.
JimSidMac on iTunes with his contest entry turned anthem PEI to Me. It didn't win, but it didn't matter, and I suspect that this track will be featured on Sid's upcoming album Love and Illusion, which we'll talk more about in part 2 of our interview. In the meantime, JimSidMac may have been a traveling man, the likes of Ricky Nelson.
Look it up.
But this mujer may have him beat in the frequent flyer miles department. She was born in Colombia but raised in Argentina, Buenos Aires, muchas gracias, and in 2019 she switched hemispheres to study at Holland College's School of Performing Arts right here in PEI. She likes having done so much traveling because she views it all as an influence on her music that she wouldn't have had she stayed in one place. Bringing her brand of Latin folk and folk fusion and marrying it to some electronic R&B, Luisa Güiza is back with another solo single after the 2023 release of The Answer from her band Güiza. Here she is with Hard Endings Only on iTunes, por supuesto.
Exactly where you wanna be. You pray to be the family superstar. No time, 3-star review. Take me out of the wheel. So Jesus Christ save us all. There are no rains on our land. Everyone has left, no light intended. Smell the flowers are fake. At first I couldn't tell that kills the earth as well. Being here kills the earth as well. You're the family superstar. I watch the family superstars, and they're all falling, and they're all falling. You're the family superstar. I watch the family superstars, and they're all falling. And we're I have 300 options, 3 cups a day. I don't know what must have happened for me to behave like this. So I really wanna thank you for all the show you put up with, to regain the time I have been wasting without your presence. Can't wait to see you. I get the money in another one, and about what is happening abroad. I really need you, my love. Don't leave me hanging alone, 'cause here this hanging over nothing. In my life I started slowly. In my life I started slowly. In my life I started slowly.
Years old in a borrowed room, the cartoons humming through the gloom. Babysitter says you'll be fine, but finding what you left behind. Learn too young what fear can do, learn what silence turns into. Little hands and a heavy heart, that's where the climb began to start. 8 years old with a radio song, smiling like nothing was wrong. Family faces, Christmas lights, walls that couldn't hold that. Carried secrets far too long, blamed herself for someone's wrong, but blame don't belong to a child, and truth don't die. It waits a while. 14 years and she drew the line, spoke the truth and called it crime. Shook the dust off, shaking round, turned her whisper into sound. Left to the day, I own my name. Left to the day, I drop the day. Left to the day, I stand and say, you don't get to take my life away. Left to the day, I choose my road. Stuff and not your load. And after the night, 30 years in the memory stay. They don't just vanish in a day. The pain ain't the boss of me, and trauma don't get custody. I built a life with steady hands, climb my hills and make my stand. What was meant to break my soul, a little fire I now control. It's never too late to say their name, never too late to break that chain, never too late to stand up tall and tell the truth. Say after the day, I'll stand and say, you don't get to take my life away. the shame ain't mine. After today, this life is mine.
That wasn't Melody A, B, or C. That was none other than Melody G on iTunes with her victimizer-busting track After Today. Released April 9th, that is the third single to get y'all primed up for her debut album, Dreams Never Die, which will be out August 6th. Melody's music collection and music writing is eclectic, as she's a fan of artists ranging from Motley Crue to Fleetwood Mac to Stevie Nicks to Madonna, the latter of whom is why we get along so well. And you'll find that universality on the record, but the main thrust of it is the classic country sound of Marty Robbins, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, and more, since that is part of her roots laid down by her dad. Like JimSidMac, Melody's been performing for years, but only now is the time right for her first album. Still to come, talking about JimSidMac's upcoming first album and the surprising projects he still has in store for you in the near future. Got your winter tires off this week? Sucker. That may have been too soon, but it's never too soon to catch your favorite PEI acts on stages from tip to tip, see what I did there? Or perhaps discover some new faves as listed in Gigs to Dig across Prince Edward Island. Friday, April 21st, Zebedee plays at Baba's Lounge. Saturday, April 25th, it's the band Rock Night with Caitlin Alexis playing at Sportsman's Lounge. Thursday, April 30th, it's Island Jazz, Jacob Redden, and the Striped Shirt Band at Baba's Lounge. Looking into next week, May 2nd, the Swoosh is playing the Poorhouse, and also on that date, Dennis Ellsworth and Nathan Wiley are playing the Trailside Music Hall. Fascinating Ladies of Country featuring Brielle Ansems, Catherine O'Brien, Haley Zavo, Olivia Blacquier, and Stephanie Ross are wrapping up their tour. Lower Montague Women's Institute on April 24th. April 25th, they're playing at the Surrey Show Hall. April 26th, they're at St. Peter's Circle Club. And the final show is May 2nd at the Guild. And don't forget, Baba's Lounge holds an open mic night every Wednesday at 9 p.m., hosted by the one and only Kinley.
What's up? It's Braden V, and you're listening to isletunes, the podcast that plays nothing but music from Prince Edward Island artists.
Yeah, I told you JimSidMac wasn't done with us yet. As we continued our convo upstairs at Baba's Lounge, we picked up from his experience in song contests and gravitated towards his adventures on the road and the not one, not two, but 3 albums he's working on for release in the not too distant future. Guy sounds like Prince.
I know how these song contests go. It's not what you do, it's who you know.
Yeah.
The same as the one in Toronto we did. We did one for Canada's 125 years.
Right. Okay, that was 1992. Yeah.
That was 92. Yeah, that's when we did the Canada's. That was quite the thing, too, with the first digital recorder in Toronto. Now, it had all the tracks you could ever want to put on it, but you could only record 4 at a time. And we had 10 of us doing a song. I had somebody singing out west, somebody singing in the Maritimes. It was a really good song, too.
And you changed your name a lot.
Well, only those 2 times.
So we have Jim E. Mac.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Sid Thomas.
Sid Thomas and JimSidMac.
And JimSidMac, which is what you go by now.
It's going to stay that way.
You say that now.
Well, some people know me as Jim and some people know me as Sid. And a lot of people that know Sid have no idea who Jim is. And vice versa.
I get a lot of that. Obviously, Adam Michael James is my professional name. Mike is what I go by in the real world.
Yeah.
But then a lot of people call me Adam, and I just stopped correcting people.
Okay.
Like, I've been called worse.
Well, me too. Had some interesting times in Banff. I met a guy named Gay Delorme. And he's the guy that wrote the song for Shotgun. I played at a place called Bumper's Beef House for 3 years, maybe once a month. And it's just called the Chimney Lounge, and it's just like a folk lounge. Anyway, they sold it to some young people who wanted to make a discotheque. So I said,
You could have done disco songs.
well, no, but the story gets better. The story does get better. So I decided, okay, what the heck, man? I'm going to go skiing for the day. So I went up to Sunshine Village, did my ski run, and went in for a beer after. And I noticed there was nobody playing or anything, and they had a nice lounge there. So I asked, was usually somebody playing here? So we were supposed to get somebody, but they canceled. And I said, well, I just happen to have a PA in my car. Let's try a song or two and see how it goes. Anyway, I played there the whole winter.
Nice. It's a beautiful spot, too.
Lived in a chalet with people skiing by my window in the morning.
Was that a bird? No, it's just a
Oh
guy
my
skiing.
gosh, man! That was a very memorable experience.
Oh
Actually.
my God. I mean, I only drove through Banff for like part of a day, and it was just like amazing.
Yeah.
I can only imagine living there. And during the winter, too.
Well, I was through the winter. Then I would go out through Cranbrook, Penticton, Vernon, Kamloops, even up to Fort St. John one time with the band. That was a story, too. We drove all the way up there. We were backing up a female country singer, band called Lodi, very good band. We had a punk rock drummer, progressive rock bass player. He even looked like, and the lead guitar player was just out of, anyway, we were backing up a female country singer. So when we get up there in the bar we're supposed to play in, she gets into a fight. It ended up as a gay bar. And she got in an argument with the owner, and we got canceled.
Oh, jeez.
So that time I went for my beer down at the big hotel. There's one big hotel there, the CN Hotel, and sat down for a beer, and there's no band. I said, how come there's no band? Well, they never showed up this week.
Lots
Well,
of flakes. But it worked out for you.
we played there for the week. The third set was ours, and we started in with Sultans of Swing or something. And we doing Eric Clapton, and then she come back on for the last set. That didn't always go well.
Well, I mean,
Well, the experiences that you have, eh?
oh, yeah. Well, especially doing live performances of any kind, whether it's music or theater. You know, it's you never know what's going to happen when you get out there.
I know. That's what the fun is.
Yeah, it's a whole different
It depends
energy.
on who the audience is.
Yeah, that can change the nature of the performance too. 'Cause-
Well, I went into one spot on my playing in different places. I forget the name of it. But there was a big marquee out front, and it had Sir Sid on the marquee. And it's just me and my guitar.
Uh-huh.
And the week before, there was a 5-piece band. So on Monday, I just said, okay, anybody who's got a guitar and wants to come and play along, by the end of the week, we'll have a band. And we did.
Nice.
Anyway,
Sounds like you've kind of lucked into a lot of
strange things.
strange things. Like you were just telling me before that you went into a church,
Yeah.
and
Well, I play in a lot of churches
sure,
here. The one in,
but somebody that you met when there was one seat left in the church.
yeah, the president of MCA Records.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Well, that's not much to tell. I should have talked to him more and said, you need somebody to look after your house or something. Well, stick around for a
Take
while.
care of your dog.
You got a place for me to stay.
Where was this at?
Nashville.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's right.
I played the Bluebird. Mm-hmm. 3 songs. They have a front room there where they just have the A&R people come.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. I was there for about a month. Had a good time, but I had a wedding to play or during the summer, so all right, I guess I'm going over the summer. I was supposed to go back in the fall for the finals of that talent contest. That was 83, and that's when I went to Toronto. And I had lived in Calgary for when I was doing the West Coast thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow.
And I lived in Edmonton. I went to University of Alberta. And the person I was renting the house from, or my apartment from, he was a musician.
Funny how that turned out.
Well, he introduced me to Ida Banks, who was the finder the places to play. Anyway, and off I went. Big Miller, he used to do a lot of the bookings. Anyway, that was interesting,
Oh, my
too.
God, it must have been.
Yeah.
So when you played all these different cities and all these different shows, I mean, obviously, you know, there's lots of covers because they're crowd pleasers. Did you throw in?
Oh, yeah,
Did you throw
always.
in original songs?
Always.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not those Toronto ones, but out west, there's different ones that I had.
Oh, sure.
Song for the Working Man, Settle Down, and I don't know, there was a whole bunch of them back in those days.
So are you still playing here now, or?
I don't do a lot of live stuff.
Yeah.
I'll get up and play one song, but I've done my finger thing here.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm learning to play my B minor chord with 3 fingers.
Oh, is it trigger finger, or?
Oh, I don't know what you call it, but it's not going straight.
Oh, it might be trigger finger. So you've got a bunch of recordings coming out now. Love and Illusion. When is that coming out?
It'd be in the summer sometime.
Okay, cool. So that's not too far away.
As soon as I figure a couple more things out.
There's always stuff to figure out.
No, I'll talk. I know a lot of young musicians, and they're banjo boys. They just came back from a tour, and they're only 20-something years old.
So are you going to re-record some of these songs, or?
No, they're already done.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But that's
The
cool.
new one, though, that the Mystic Road ones will have to be mastered.
And that's going to be a different album, maybe next year sometime, or later this year.
Whenever I can figure it out.
There's always a lot to figure out with this stuff.
Well, I know. Writing the songs is one thing. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But the promotion especially is difficult
yeah.
with anything.
But anyway, I'll figure it out. I
Yes, you
always
will.
do.
Yes, you will.
Mystic Road, too. There's a Mystic Road somewhere in Amara. I was given a rhyming dictionary,
I have those.
and I'm going through A, saying, what do we got in here? Look, Amara rhymes with Damara, Samara, and a couple other words. Riding along on the wings of the Samara. That's the Mystic River, that one.
Nice.
Mystic Road and then Mystic River.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like how you tied that together.
I do have some modern Christian songs coming out, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you've got a bunch of stuff
I've
coming.
only got enough for an EP on that, so
Still.
I don't know when that's coming. But a couple of Crowd to Say Goodbye is a very, very good song. It's one of my latest ones, and it's got a lot of chords in it, though, so I got to find the right people to play along with it.
Oh, there's no shortage of awesome musicians
Well,
here.
it's got the same chord progression that John Lennon used on Starting Over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a couple other bands used it, too, for different songs. So it's not stealing it.
Well, of course. Of course. I mean, there's only so many.
Well,
There's only
nobody
so many
figured
chords.
out anybody unless they knew that, and then they could listen to both of them and say, "Oh, that's that chord progression."
I mean, everything borrows from everything else eventually. I mean, again, there's only so many notes on a keyboard.
B minor, E, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, B minor, E, A.
That's the progression.
Verse 1. Anyway, that's the new stuff. I'm having fun with it. I wake up in the middle of the night with the lyric in my head.
Oh, I've done that.
Write it down right away, man.
I've
That's
done that.
rule number 1.
Before you forget.
Well, in the morning you will.
I have experienced that. I've actually woken up from having something in a dream and say, okay, let's just write that down. Yeah.
Anyway, then away you go.
Is there anything else that you still want to do? I mean, you've got these albums coming out, but is there anything that kind of makes you think, I always wanted to do this, but I never got around to it?
Well, I'm going to put out a book of poetry, too.
Oh, cool. I thought about doing that because I've got
Well, I don't have a lot of it, but
well,
I might put that out with the album.
that could be cool.
Yeah.
Little tie-in.
Something a little different.
Yeah, I like that. And you know, when song lyrics, poetry, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, well, some of these were supposed to be songs, but they were too complicated to.
Yeah, that happens. So the other song that we're gonna highlight here is "Going Home," right?
Yeah.
Tell me more about that one.
Okay, where am I living in that? That's written in Toronto. And my wife had been up, or my future wife at that time, had come up to Toronto to visit. And she went back because she was a school teacher. And I'm sitting up there saying, I miss you, and what's going on? So that's where "Miss You Every Day" came from. And "Going Home Today," I wish I could be going home today. And that could have been a Calgary song too, I'm not sure. I was always wishing to be going home.
Sure.
That's where that one came from.
Nice. Is that going to be on any of the albums coming up?
Oh, that's on Love and Illusion.
Love and Illusion. Okay, good. Cool. So is there anything else that you want to add?
Well, I think we just did quite a bit there, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
If you think anything else.
I really, really am grateful that you sat down with me.
Yeah, okay.
And we finally did this because we've been talking about it for a while.
Well, I appreciate it.
And just getting into all your stories and how well-traveled you are with all of it, too. It's
Yeah. Not rich and famous or anything.
No, but still.
Sometimes it's better not to be.
Some of these experiences you can't buy.
I'd probably be dead if I was rich. I always say if I was a cat, I would have been dead a long time ago.
Well, I personally am glad that you're still here.
I'm way past our knives.
Maybe 14 or 15?
Yeah, around there.
Something like that.
Rainy day got me thinking about my home, although it's so far away. I wish I could be going home today. I wish I could be going home today. I miss my friends, I miss my family, I miss a girl I love so. Home is where I really want to go. Home is where I really want to go. Can't understand why I should get so tense inside. Sing about a place I want to be. Sometimes I think I should just run away and hide. I get these distant feelings haunting me. I'll just travel on to the setting sun, wandering my life away. Still I wish I could be going home today. I wish I could be going home today. I wish I could be going home today. Rainy day got me thinking about my home, although it's so far away. I wish I could be going home today. I wish I could be going home today. I wish I could be going home today.
JimSidMac on iTunes with a track from his upcoming album Love and Illusion. You just heard Going Home Today. No release date yet, but if you want to hear more of Sir Sid's output, check out his SoundCloud page at soundcloud.com/JimSidMac-1. Well, this episode about yesterday and today is now all yesterday. Hope you enjoyed it and that you'll tell your friends, family, hell, frenemies about the only podcast to play you nothing but music from PEI artists. Social media is good, but nothing beats a little island word of mouth. Speaking of socials, come follow iTunes on Instagram and Facebook. Maybe do a little reposting to help get the word out. Still far too few islanders know about this show. If you have comments or suggestions or even requests, pop an email to amj@iletunes.ca or leave a voicemail on 902-807-4250. Help me keep this sucker going by becoming a subscriber at patreon.com/iletunes, where for $5 a month you will be granted access to exclusive videos of PEI performances. If you don't need all your money for gas, because for real, there's iLetunes merch available at iletunes.creator-spring.com. Everything I get goes toward podcast distribution services, so can licensing fees, stuff like that. Musical contribution to the iLetunes theme by Kaylin McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. Coordination assistance by Jackie Robichaux. I'm Adam Michael James, and how 2026 is essentially a quarter of the way over already, I don't know. I do know iLetunes will be back next week with another merry mix of PEI musicians from every different stripe, but in what combination, you'll just have to listen in and find out. Honestly, at this moment, I don't even know, but I have my ideas. I also have my thoughts about all the fascistic crap that's been going on down south of us, a place I used to proudly call my home country, and let me tell ya, y'all don't need that ish up here. That's why I want you to remember the words of Dutch diplomat Gijs de Vries. Ultimately, freedom and democracy are stronger than fear and tyranny. You know it. Thanks for listening, PEI. See you in 7.